everyone. Thanks again for joining me. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're new to Southtown's Pilates, my name is Bryn Patterson. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, a certified Pilates teacher, a certified ergonomic specialist, and I own Southtown's Pilates in East Aurora. So sadly, the studio is temporarily closed right now, and I will be posting these weekly Pilates mat classes for free on the YouTube channel. So today's class, this is week 2. So this class is a more advanced class than the one I posted last week. So listen to your body. If anything doesn't feel right, just skip that exercise. Or for some of the exercises, I'll be giving you ways to take it down a notch or maybe take it up a notch. So we will get started today laying on our back, feet bent, flat on the floor. Take a moment to settle in. So think about your collarbones being open. We've all been looking at screens way too much. So take a moment, take your fingertips, place them on the center of your collarbones, right at this notch in the center of your chest. Find your collarbones and then draw a line with your fingers all the way out to your shoulders, opening your collarbones and shoulders as you do that. And one more time, just again, place your hands on your collarbone, open them up with your fingertips, and then set your hands down. Now find your neutral pelvis. Remember, neutral pelvis, you're not flat, you're not arched, your pelvis is just neutral, like a tabletop. There's a slight lift in your low back. Okay, check in with your ribs. They shouldn't be popped up. They need to be set down into the mat. And then again, open those collarbones back up. Press into your feet. Find the big toe joint, the pinky toe joint, and the heel. Take your inhale. As you exhale, you're going to tuck your tail and roll up one level at a time into your bridge. Hold at the top. Inhale as you open the shoulders, stretch the knees over the toes. Exhale, roll down one level at a time. Don't skip any vertebrae. Untuck your tail at the bottom for your inhale. Exhale, roll yourself up. Again, one level at a time, pulling your belly in and up, pulling your ribs together, opening those shoulders. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, lower, one level at a time. Let's do 2 more of these. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, roll it up. Inhale at the top, open the shoulders, press into the palms, and roll it down. All the way through your low back. Untuck your tailbone. Last one. Pressing into those feet, into the big toe side of the foot. At the top, ribs pull in, knees stretch. Exhale, roll yourself down. Now, changing it up a little, take your arms into a diamond shape, place them over your head, and from here, you're going to feel those ribs want to lift up towards the ceiling. So go ahead and set them back down into the mat. Then find your neutral pelvis again. Get the shoulders out of the ears. We're going back into our bridging. Take your inhale, exhale, roll yourself up. Keep pressing into those arms as you roll up. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. Keep pressing into those arms. Inhale into neutral. Exhale, tuck the tail, round, roll yourself up, press into those arms, inhale at the top, exhale, roll down. 2 more just like this, keeping that pressure into the upper arms, pressing into the ground, waking up the back body. Inhale at the top, exhale, roll it down. And just 1 more, inhale. Exhale, tuck your tail, roll it up, press into those arms and roll it back down. one level at a time. Stretch your arms overhead, stretch your legs out long. Now, in this lengthened position, find those ribs, plug them down, belly pulls in. You are going to slide the feet in so the toes are still on the ground. Arms will come up as you lift up into a chest curl. Legs extend. Here's your 100 position. Bend the knees down, lower, lengthen, inhale. Exhale, knees bend, arms lift, extend the legs, bend, set everything down, lower, inhale. Exhale, knees bend, arms lift, extend into 100. Bend the knees, lower it down. We have 3 more like this. Bend the knees, lift, extend the legs, lower it back down, and one more. Exhaling, controlling the movement with the core, keeping the shoulders out of the ears. Lay it back down. Stretch the arms overhead, going into a roll up. Inhale the arms to the ceiling. Exhale, belly, ribs pull in as you stretch up over those legs. And then you roll yourself back down, one vertebrae at a time. My legs are together, my feet are flexed, my heels are actively pressing into the mat. Arms inhale up to the ceiling, exhale, tuck your chin, roll, pull your belly in. Feel like someone is pulling a string from the back of your waist as you reach forward over your legs, and then roll it back down, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders are relaxed. The movement comes from the core. Keep going with that. If that's too challenging, you can always bend one knee and use that leg to assist with the roll up. What you want to accomplish though with that is to feel your belly flattening and pulling in towards the spine as you roll yourself up and down. If you have that, fine. You're gonna stick with the full legs active, stretched out long. And let's do 2 more, either legs straight or legs bent, assisting with your leg to get yourself up, then stretching, then assisting as you roll back down, and stretching it out long. Last one, sit yourself up, and we're going to do rolling like a ball. Now, rolling like a ball is not good for people with osteoporosis. If you feel like it bothers your low back, don't do it. So, the first level of rolling like a ball, you can either hold behind your knees or you can hold in front of your shins, and you're going to find your balance point. So you're making your body into this ball, elbows are wide, shoulders plugged down, you're looking down at your belly or your thighs, and you're finding that balance point, just balanced on the back of your sacrum. Now, if you have osteoporosis or your back is bothering you, maybe just stick with the balance part. If you want a little more challenge, you're going to hold this ball position. Inhale as you roll back to your shoulders, exhale up. Try to balance at the top. Inhale, roll back, exhale, roll up, balance. And 4 more. 3. And the goal is to not feel like a flat tire as you roll back. So you want an equal amount of roll through your spine, no flat chunks at your low back. Last one. Come on up, find your balance. Extend your legs out, float them down to the mat. So now we're seated. Legs are sit bone distance apart in front of us. And you're going to take your hands to the back of your head. Oh my gosh, my hair is already crazy. This happens. with mat Pilates. Okay, hands to the back of your head. So sitting posture. If you want to have your sit bones under you. So if that means your legs have to be slightly bent, that's fine. If your hamstrings are lengthened enough, you can get right on top of those sit bones. So again, check in with the ribs. You don't want to be popping the ribs out to get good sitting posture. Plug those ribs back into your spine. Press your head into your hands, hands into your head. From here, you're going to rotate and then reach your left elbow to your right knee. Come back up, center, rotate. Left or right elbow to left knee. Up, center, rotate. Knee to elbow, back up, center. And as you do that knee to elbow, feel again like someone's pulling a string on your low back behind you. Your belly's pulling in and up to get that elbow to its knee. Rotate, knee to elbow, back up tall. Last one, knee to elbow, back center. Now we're going into a side bend. Legs are active, heels are still pressed into the mat. Plug the ribs in, lengthen the spine. You're going to inhale into your side bend. Exhale, center. Inhale, side bend. Exhale, center. As you do this, check in with the sit bones. You don't want any shifting through the hips or the pelvis. All the movements coming from the spine out of the anchored pelvis. One more to each side. And now you're going to side bend to the right. Then take that right elbow towards the knee. Then back to the right, up to center, left side bend. Take it to that same knee, back to the side and center. One more on each side. And feel like your belly's hollowing as you bring that elbow to knee and center and release the hands. Taking your hands behind you, fingertips will be pointing out to the side. Feet are flat on the mat, sit bone distance apart. Take your shoulders and open them. Belly pulls in. Inhale, exhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling and then set the hips down. Open your shoulders again and lift the hips up and set the hips down. Open your shoulders. Hips lift up and they set down. You're trying to keep the shoulders open through this whole motion. It's a lot of shoulder stability and tricep work, counteracting that forward position at the office chair, at your desk. And hips lift up. And every time the hips go down, you open the shoulders again, lengthen the spine. Two more. And lower. Last one. And lower. Legs come out long, arms out in front, and you're going to roll yourself down as your right leg comes up towards the ceiling. So we're going to be doing leg circles. Your left foot is planted, right leg reaches towards the ceiling, shoulders are open, palms down. 8 in each direction. Cross the leg over, down, around, up, pause. Cross, pause. Now the whole goal of this is to keep the hips stable as the leg moves in the hip joint. And just 2 more. Keep the leg stretching towards the ceiling. Last one. And reverse. Open it up. Down, around. And that left leg is active, pressing into the ground to stabilize, help stabilize the pelvis. And we have 4 more, and 3. Toes are relaxed. And last one, take the leg up, bend the knee in, hug it in. Now, reach the bottom of your foot towards the ceiling and bend and stretch. And last one, hold, reach that leg long and set the right foot down. Left leg comes up towards the ceiling. Get those hips level, right foot is active, and we're gonna start crossing the body down around, pause, cross. And again, right leg is still pressing into the ground. 4 more, relax those left toes. 3, 2, and 1. Leg comes back up. Reach it long, open it up, down, around, and up. Reversing your circle. Oops, I kicked my chair. That's 4. 4 more. So we like in Pilates to do a lot of exercises that help us train the leg to move without the pelvis moving. 1 more. And this is obviously one of them. Hug the knee in. And stretch the bottom of your foot towards the ceiling and bend, stretch, and bend. And last one, set that leg down. We're going to go into some abdominal work. So hug your right knee back into your chest. Elbows are wide. Lift your torso up just to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades. Hover your left foot off of the ground. Think spine is long and nothing is going to move from your hip to those shoulder blades. As you squeeze the knee in, switch. 2 pulses in, switch. Exhale as you squeeze the knee in. We just have 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hug both knees in. Stretch the arms overhead, legs lengthen. Hug it in and stretch. 4 more and stretch. Keep your belly flattening towards the ground. Last 2. Last 1. And then bring your right knee towards your face, left leg hovers, and switch, and switch, and switch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And set your head down. Take a moment. Hands will stay behind your head for this one. Lift back up to the tips of the shoulder blades. And legs are just gonna lower for 3. Exhale them up for 3. Inhale down, 2, 3, up, 2, 3. Low back is not arching as you lower. So don't lower too far where your back begins to arch. And just 2 more, because we don't need to do that many. And last one. Back up, lower the head, hug the knees. Hands come back behind the head. We're going to do opposite knee to opposite shoulder. So left shoulder to right knee, and switch. And 8 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, my counting's messed up. Last set, lower the head, hug the knees in, and roll yourself up to sitting. Legs come down in front of you. full spine stretch forward. So feet are active, you're back up on those sit bones. And again, knees can be slightly bent if they need to be, so you can find your sit bones. From here, you're going to imagine there's a wall that you're sitting up against behind your back. You're gonna slowly, starting at your head, peel your spine away from the wall, stretching your arms over a flat imaginary table in front of you as someone pulls your spine behind you. And then reverse that roll up, back up against your wall, shoulders glide down. Inhale, exhale, tuck the chin, peel the spine away from your wall, stretch over your legs, and then re-stack the spine up against the wall. 2 more. Exhale, peel away from your wall and re-stack. And 1 more. And back up. So open those shoulders again. And we're going to do a little reverse, or no, we're doing something else. Feet are flat, put your hands behind your head, and really stretch your spine up to the ceiling here. We're going to reverse that spine stretch by opening your sternum up towards the ceiling. Exhale, back up to center. Inhale, extend just the upper back. Any amount, and back up to center. Low back is quiet. The extension is coming from your upper back. And nothing is shifting in the pelvis. So all this is quiet. Just the thoracic spine is extending. It should feel good. Don't go too far. Just 2 more. Inhale to extend. Exhale, back up. Last one. And back up to center. Okay. Bend those knees in. Feet are wider than hip distance. So similar to our rolling like a ball, we're now going to go into open leg rocker. And again, osteoporosis, osteopenia, do not do this one. You can work on the balance part, but not the rest of it. So you're going to hold on to your ankles, or you're going to hold behind your legs. I'll show you behind your legs first. Finding that balance point, and then you'll stretch one leg up and down and the other. If you want to make it more challenging, you can hold on to the ankles, find that balance point, reach one leg up and bend, the other and bend, and then you can take the legs up. They're just shoulder distance apart. Again, you can hold behind the knees if you need to. And from here, you're going to inhale to roll back, exhale to come up to balance. And inhale, roll back, exhale, balance. And inhale, back, exhale, balance. Just about 3 more. And you're controlling this movement with your core, minimizing the momentum you use. If you're here, this is fine also. And last one. Come back up, balance. And then slowly control the legs down to the mat, landing in a wide leg position, going into saw. So legs are slightly wider than your mat. Arms come out to a T. Find the ribs pulled in. Spine is lengthened. You're going to rotate, reach your pinky to the opposite pinky toe. Saw that toe off. Come back up. Center, rotate. Saw that pinky toe off with the pinky finger. Come back up, rotate. Reach, belly scoops in and back. center. Hips are quiet. The rotation comes from the ribs rotating over the hips, not the low back rotating. And we're going to do one more on each side. Last one, and back up to center. Let's just take a moment, stretch those legs wide, walk the arms forward, and just stretch. Okay, knees are bent. You're going to find that balance point once again. This time not holding on to the legs. We're going to work on our teaser. So here's a little beginner teaser. You can straighten the legs and go into your full teaser, or keep them bent. You're going to roll yourself down. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, roll yourself up to either bent leg or full teaser. So rolling it down. Inhale, exhale, roll it up. And just two more. Inhale. And you want to feel like your belly's pulling in and flattening. And use the hands if you need to. It's better to use the hands and keep your belly flattening as you roll up, rather than to not use the hands and have the belly pooch up as you roll. Final teaser, hold at the top. Extend the legs if you can. Breathe and slowly lay it all down, reaching the arms and legs long. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to roll onto our side for side leg work. I'm going to start laying on my right side, and I'm laying on my right side with my head resting on my bicep. For more challenge, keep your legs in line with your body. Less challenge, bring them forward a little. So I will attempt the more challenging position. So take a moment, reach that top leg as long as the bottom leg, pull your core in, find that lift and space through your lower waistline. In class, we call this the mouse house. From there, you're going to inhale the right leg up, exhale it down. Every time it lowers, heels line up. Inhale it up, exhale it down. And you're trying to keep that mouse house. And we have 4 more. 3, keep the hips stacked, don't let them roll back. Heels line up. Last one. Keep the leg at hip level. We're going into circles. So just little dinner plate sized circles. Again, you want the hips staying level. You want to keep that bottom waistline lifted. We've got 3 more. Keep lengthening that leg. 2, 1, hold it, hover, and reverse your circles. We have 6 more. Keep lengthening. Waistline's lifted. Last 2. Last 1. Set that leg down. Now lift up onto your elbow. Bring the legs forward. Now notice I didn't say lift up onto that forearm or those ribs. You're lifted onto the elbow. Ribs are away from your mat. Left arm comes behind your head. Hover that left leg again. You're going to kick it forward and extend it back. And kick it forward and extend back. Keeping your core engaged. That's 4. We have 4 more. 3. The motion comes from the hip joint, not the low back. Last 1. Hover it and set that leg down. Sit yourself up, cross the left leg over the right. Give it a little squeeze in. And take it over to your other side. So you're laying on your left side, starting with the head on the bicep, legs in line or slightly in front of your body. More challenging, legs are in line. Find that lift through the waistline. Stretch the top leg as long as the bottom leg. Inhale it up, exhale it down. Now the goal is to keep your waistline lifted, keep your core engaged. The movement's coming from the hip joint, not from the pelvis moving. And we have 3 more. Relax the shoulders. 2. Last 1. Hover, stretch that leg long. Begin your circles. 8 in each direction. Think about the size of a dinner plate. Keep that core lifted. 4 more. 3, 2, and reverse it. Again, make sure the top leg is staying as long as the bottom leg. That's 4. Keep that waistline lifted. Last 2, last 1, and lower the leg. You're going to bring the legs forward slightly to the front corner of your mat. Lift up to your elbow, both hands behind your head. Again, my ribs are lifted, my shoulders are plugged down away from my ears. Hover that top leg, kick it forward, point, extend it back. Inhale the leg forward, exhale, extend back. And this one's number 4. We're doing 4 more. So keep the motion at the hip joint, not in the low back. And last 2, core's pulled in, shoulders down. Whew. Lower that leg, sit yourself up, crossing that right knee over the left, and looking behind you. Now come on to hands and knees. We're going into some plank work. So let's build our plank up. Feel like you're pressing the ground away with your hands. Rotate those elbow creases towards the front of the room. Now, think cat-cow with your spine. Here's your cat. Your extension is your cow. We're going to combine those for plank. You're going to do cat with your low back, cow with your upper back. Hold that feeling and then step one leg back and then the other into your plank. As you exhale, your heels reach away, your crown of your head reaches away. And now we're going to start knee taps. Right knee taps down, bring it up, left knee taps down, up. Keep pressing the ground away with your hands. Keep your hips tucked under, shoulders open. 2 more sets. And last one. Lower the knees, quick child's pose. And then taking it on to your left forearm for forearm planks. Line your heels up with your sit bones. You're going to lift up into your plank, hold it. Inhale the hips up, exhale, lower, dip the hips down to the mat, lift up. Lift the hips up, center, tap them down, center. 3 more. Tap it down. 2. And last 1. Hold. Take yourself to your elbow plank. And we're going to do that on the other side. So just keep spinning around. Sorry for my back. Hold in your shoulder elbow plank. You're going to lift the hips up, center, tap them down, center, lift up, center, tap down, center. 3 more. Don't worry about looking at the screen. Nothing new to see here. Tap it down. Last 1. Tap it down. Take it back to your elbow plank. Reach the heels long. Crown of the hat away from your heels. Set the knees down. Child's pose. Okay, find your plank position again, and then just lower yourself slowly down onto your belly, because why not? And we're gonna go into single leg kicks. So come up on your forearms again, open your shoulders, pull your ribs and belly up away from the mat. Now I need to do this with my legs slightly apart. You may be able to have legs together. My SI joint does not like that. So it's never worth aggravating your low back or your SI joint. Okay, think about your kneecaps. Press into the top of your foot to lift your knees off of the mat. Shoulders are still open. You're going to pulse your right heel in for 2, extend it, set it down. Left heel pulses in, extend, set it down. Keep that going, looking straight ahead. This is as much work keeping your shoulders open and shoulder blades down your back as it is for the glutes and hamstrings, kicking that leg in and setting it down. You want to feel lifted through your kneecaps through this whole exercise. And 1 more on each side. Lower down, setting your forehead on your hands. We're going to go into double leg kicks next. Just take a breath. Okay, so our double leg kicks we're going to do slightly lifted. So lift your head off of your hands, press your forearms into the mat, plug your shoulders down your back, feel your ribs lift up away from the mat. From here, you're going to kick your legs in for 3, 2, 1, lower. And when you lower, kneecaps stay lifted, the tops of your feet set down. And then kick in for 3, 2, 1, lower. 3, 2, 1, lower. You're trying to minimize that shifting in your body as you pulse the legs in. 3, 2, 1, lower. Let's do 4 more sets. Feel your ribs stay lifted away from the mat. And last 2. And last 1. Lower. From here, lengthen the legs. Hover the arms up, extend them out in front of you. Keep the shoulders out of your ears. And we're going to start opposite arm leg swimming. So trying to keep the hips stable, shoulders down, spine lengthened. And just a nice little opposite arm leg swim. If this bothers your low back, don't do it. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold. down, press your hips back into a child resting pose. And take it back on up. We're going to sit on to our bottoms. Almost done here for the day. Think about opening those shoulders again, placing the palms behind you. I don't know how far this is, maybe half a foot behind me. Now, here's my shoulders rolled forward. Here's my shoulders open and rolled back. That's what we want to keep here as we lift up into reverse plank, and then set the hips down. Check the shoulders. Are they still open? Lift the hips up, set the hips down, open the shoulders. 4 more. Lifting up, setting down. 3. Every time you set the hips down, open the shoulders again. They are really sneaky. They love to creep forward. Last one. And set them down. Going into our mermaid stretch to end here, you're going to come into your side sit or your Pilates Z sit. Think about your sit bones being even, ribs over the hips. Right arm comes down, left arm is going to side bend up and over as you keep that left hip anchored into your mat. Back up to center, counter stretch, and center. You want to think about moving between 2 panes of glass with your spine. And this next one, take it over, rotate that left hand towards the mat as you pull your belly in and up, relaxing, rounding the head, neck, and shoulders. And then open it back up to the side. Sit yourself up. Take those legs up and over to the other side. Arms out to your T. Find your sit bones, ribs over hips. Inhale, right arm up and over, anchoring that right sit bone. Counter stretch, left arm up and over. Center. 2 more. Remembering between 2 panes of glass. This last one, we add that rotation, side bend, rotate the arm towards the mat, belly pulls in, head, neck, and shoulders round. Release any tension in them. Open it back up. Sit yourself up. And thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions about form or about Pilates itself, feel free to comment below and I will answer those for you. And I'll have another free class for you next week. Hope everybody's well. I miss you. Hope we can be in the studio soon. Bye.